the Covenant of the Sun, because that's a PVM co-op covenant, and it turns you yellow when you're summoned into co-op, so you know, I like that. Also, when you get the Estus Flask, you want to equip it like this. Also, you want to equip any other item that you think you might use if you want to. I don't really use Homeward Bones. I actually don't ever use them, and I have about 40 of them on my New Game Plus playthrough. I don't use spells, so there's no reason to have this equipped. Equipping souls is pointless. You can equip this, but I don't know what it does. I've never used it. This, I don't know either. This, I have no idea. But yeah, okay, so the reason I'm going down here is not because this is the area you're supposed to go to, but there is a shield right here. Once you get the shield, I mean, you can continue on, but it's actually pretty hard. I do not recommend going here first, but you can. And since this is not a challenge playthrough, this is just me playing through for fun, I'm going to go to the first area that you're supposed to go to. You get the Crimson Parma. It's a decent shield, you know, it's your first shield, unless you completely ignore it and get the buckle. But that's later on in the game. But yeah, you get the Crimson Parma. It's a decent shield. It has a 70.5 physical attack resistance, which is good. And it also allows you to parry. Like I said, I'm shit at parrying, so you don't see that often. And to explain this now, you have scalings, and the higher the points you have in that scaling, like, okay, so you see right here, a 6 on the strength. That is required to wield it, but then you have the D right under it. That is scaling. Scaling will give you better stats depending on how your stats are. So, for example, it scales off of... okay, so it has a D scaling off of strength. I have 10 strength, I believe. So, right here, these are the base stats. 50 attack, I guess. 75 resistance. Backing out of it, you see the plus and then the blue numbers. The blue numbers are from the benefit of the scaling. So, I got a 0.2 increase of physical resistance. Doesn't really matter, and it's shit because it's a D scaling, but later on, once you get an A scaling, it scales by like, I think 1.5 or 0.9, somewhere around there, so it's really good. Also, if you're wondering why I went up here, there's an item that you can get. I think it's right here? Yeah. Oh, okay. But anyways, drop down, there's an item directly behind you, Morning Star and a Cleric Shrine, or Sacred Shrine, rather. I will not be using either of those. And then there's also the binoculars. Binoculars are more for the spellcasters, but there is a glitch. And of course, I'm guessing, yeah, screw it. I'm just going to show you how to do it. It's kind of... Please don't use this in PvP. It's really annoying. But it's just something for fun, in my opinion. I only use this for fun. I do not use it in PvP because it's the stupidest thing. But basically how you do it. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to tell you how to do it. I don't want it to get all over the place. But I will show you. Oh, well, I think I just gave it away. I will show you what it does. Did they patch it? Nope, okay. There it is. That's the glitch with it. It's annoying for people to use it in PvP, and it takes absolutely no skill to use it. But anyways, it is kind of cool. But any other, like, don't use it in PvP. At least be a decent person. It's like, it's used for speedruns, mostly. That's how someone found it. But then people use it in PvP, and it's really annoying. Also, I forgot, when I got the Estus Flask shard, I was supposed to go back to the Crimson... What's her name? Emerald peril. Oops. Alright, I'm gonna stop using that. But anyways, once you get the the Estus flask, go back to the
Is that a shot? Here, to see light, to see hope, however faint it might be.
Okay, I skipped the dialogue on accident. But anyways, she asked, is that a shard you found? Blah blah blah. Once you open the dialogue tree, use the upgrade Estus flask. And as you see, I had one before. Now I have two. So the shards will increase your Estus flask count. Later on, you'll get an item that will increase your Estus flask healing by 50 points each. Also, if you chose the Ring of Life, you have to equip it. It will not be equipped immediately. But, okay, so you see how my health went up by like a really, really small amount? Without the ring, that's my max health. With the ring, that's my max health. So it gives you like a really, really, really small amount. But the more health you have, the better, to be honest. So there's that. Anyways, from the bonfire. Okay, so let's say you rested at the bonfire first. The way you're supposed to go from the bonfire, over here is the shield, and then over here is the first area. So you want to go over here. Also, if you've never played a Dark Souls before, or Demon Souls, yeah, okay, so if you've never played the Souls series, these bloodstains are people who have died. So, for example, this guy right here. He tried to jump up here. Oh, wow, you can jump up here. I didn't know that. Wow, okay. So anyways, he tried to jump up here and missed it, and then fell off. For the bloodstain to stay, I believe that you have to not acquire your souls back. Do not pick them up, and your bloodstain will stay for other people to look. Oh, I forgot to mention, when you go in here to the right, there will be a chest, and it will give you a lucky coin. What a lucky coin does is it increases item discovery chance. To be honest, I don't give a shit, but yeah, it says temporarily boosts luck. That gives you increased item drops. Don't give a shit, like I said early. Actually, anywhere, it doesn't really matter. To continue on, pull this switch, and you're safe for about however long it takes you to get past the waterfall. So you have to wait until this thing's over your head, which is really annoying. You can't roll through it, so that's why I didn't bother. But anyways, right over here, go across this bridge. You see those planks right there? You can walk across them, or you can go down there. If you want, like I said, human effigies are hard to come by, so you can pick them up whenever you can, and be sparing of them. Right here is 50... Oh, what? It's supposed to be 5 human effigies each time, but I only got 1. Now, if you're scared, you will not make this jump, because jumping in this game is actually really annoying. If you don't think you'll make this, you can either drop down from up there, or you can go around towards that path, which I showed you. But because I'm a man, I'm gonna jump. You get a homeward bone and a lost soul of an onion. Going into this water is safe, but later on in the game, if you can't see a floor, it's usually not safe. Okay, so like I said, you can either go across this bridge and then head down here. As you saw, I looped around, so if you're too scared that you won't make the jump, you go this way. But if you don't give a shit, you take the jump. And this is where the game starts. This area is pretty simple. All it is just avoiding attacks, learning attack patterns, that's pretty much it. You can pick up items here. If you start New Game Plus or later on in the game, they're not even worth picking up. If you decide to grind here with bonfire aesthetics, don't even bother picking up items, to be honest, it's useless. But to the right is a bonfire from where those enemies are. You do not have to sit at the bonfire. All you have to do is light it, and that's where you'll respawn if you die. Or if you want to do a little bit of grinding, just go ahead and sit at the bonfire and enemies respawn. Items do not, and bosses do not, or sub-bosses. But basic enemies respawn. Also, when you start the game, I recommend locking on at all times, unless it's certain enemies. I'll tell you when not to lock on. But other than that, yeah, lock on at all times. As you can see, there's an item up there, right there. Blue is always items. But once you, yes, rest at the bonfire, and then there's a guy right there, and another guy, and then there's also an archer. I don't know if you saw the arrow, but it had little, like, yeah, okay, so just hit. But early, he's actually pretty annoying. It hits hard, and it's not fun to deal with. So go over across here, but oh, look at that! There's a guy right there. Take him out, roll away from the arrows, block them, run at him with your shield out so you don't take full damage, attack him, take him out. If you need to, drink an Estus. And then down here, dead bodies? Okay, so what seems to be dead is usually not dead. If there's a body there and you know you haven't killed him, like, if a dead body is there and you weren't the cause of it, that is an enemy. So attack them. But basically, once you get through here, climb up the ladder. I would recommend not sprinting up the ladder because there's an enemy right there, and then an enemy right here, and then there's another one right there. Right, as you saw. Okay, this guy, he looks menacing because look at how big he is, but you do not have to worry as long as you don't attack him. So don't attack him because you think you're a man, blah blah blah. I will kill him, no problem. He's actually really, really hard to fight. Like I said, dead bodies are usually not dead, so attack them, unless you kill them, of course. But yeah, that guy is a fake. Then, after you cleared this out, if you care, you would give up there for souls and then a few items. But if you don't care, go through that fog wall over there. But anyways, like I said, there's an item up there, that I mentioned earlier, from over there. You can see it. To get this, you're like, oh, how am I supposed to get this? There's no way. Basically, you're gonna have to risk the jump. To be honest, going through this with normal jumping through this stuff is good training for later on when you'll have to jump through basically everything later on. But anyways, once you get that, you can decide if it's worth it or not. I got a throwing knife and some souls. Souls are always worth it. Throwing knives, I don't give a shit about. Items make your life easier, but I don't really care. Alright, up here, there's two enemies. There's one right here, and you're like, oh, where's the second one? There he is. He jumps down. Oh god, I might die. Alright, there we go. Ooh, that was actually kind of scary. I'm so used to being super, super strong. Like, I have so much HP in my new game that taking a hit every now and then doesn't really matter. Even though they do get stronger, they don't get that much stronger because it's the beginning area still. These guys actually they consistently drop items, and by consistently I mean every 3 enemies will at least drop 1 to 2 items. So Going through here isn't too bad. They give life gems. Life gems, they're always nice. If you really don't care to grind, don't even bother. Just continue on. But, you know, life gems, always nice. Later on, you can just buy basically infinite supply. I have like 90-something life gems on one character, because if I can't use my souls to level up and I have access, if I have excess souls, I just dump them into life gems, because the more life gems you have, the better. Alright, so you can go straight ahead, or you can go to the left. If you go to the left, there will be an enemy right here. To trigger him, just walk back and fall back. As you heard and saw, there was, you know, someone hit a wall. So kill him. That guy right there, don't fuck with him yet. Go back, and then there's 2 enemies here. Oh shit. If you fall barely in attack, it will actually trigger the jump attack. So it kind of sucks. If you do not go in this room after taking out that guy, if you pass this door, oh, there's an item right here, by the way. Just attack that. There you go. And then these are explosive, so you gotta be really careful. If you attack those, you will explode and probably die. But yeah, if you kill that guy on the opposite side of this wall, and then just go straight ahead. If you get right about here, kill this guy, turn around, and then there will be two hollow soldiers right behind you. And it's not fun. Alright, so you see this hole in the wall. Jumping in it will not matter, don't even bother. Just go straight up here. I recommend saving your run energy and running up with a shield. As you can see, there's some dude's feet right there, and then an archer. You want to wait until the archer shoots, and then you want to go ahead, you backstab him because you get invincibility frames. Avoid that guy because he's throwing bombs, and it's a pain in the ass to get hit by. Once you, like, this early in the game, they can do a shit ton of damage, and it's not fun to deal with. Later on in the game, they'll actually predict your movements, which is annoying. Also, a majority of the time, if you swing at him, you'll most likely fall down. So if you do, or he'll fall down. So if you decide to chase after him, attack in midair so you can kill him. There's a guy right here. Every time you walk near it, he will jump slash. And it deals decent damage, so be careful. And as I said, the Crimson Parma, you do not get a shield until you get the buckler. So the Crimson Parma is worth picking up. That, and you need a certain amount of dexterity to wield the buckler. You need 13. And I believe I only have like 10. Which is, it's so dumb because this is literally, it looks like a helmet, dude. What is this gonna block? But I believe it is, it's weaker, no, it's stronger than the Crimson Parma, which is ridiculous. But the Crimson Parma weighs less, and it has higher stability. The 35 down there with the blue is stability. The higher the stability, the less damage you'll take from attacks, plus the less damage, or the less chance they have of breaking your guard. That, and you see that little magic, or okay, so the thing under the physical resistance right here. Hold on. This is physical resistance, and this is magic. This is fire, lightning, dark, poison, bleed, petrify, and curse. Every single one of those is a pain in the ass. So I do recommend taking the highest you can. Now, certain areas do not have those certain status effects, so you shouldn't really worry. But anyways, you see an item right here, but if you go to pick this up, that guy will trigger. So you can go ahead and kill him before you pick it up, or you can just kill, or you can... Hold on. Ow. Sorry.